Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for inviting me to be here to share with you my thoughts about how regulations and standardization has helped the industry to march ahead. And especially, I would like to talk about the automotive industry, which is already reached the masses in India. I come from Automotive Research Association of India, and my presentation I would like to talk a little bit about ARAI, Automotive Research Association, India automotive industry, how it has grown over the last 3 or 4 decades, and I'm fortunate enough to be a part of this growth. I'd like to also give an overview about the vehicle type approval system, which is a mandatory requirement. In fact, automotives are one of the most complex products which undergo mandatory type approval certification in India, and that's the very challenging task for us. Then I would like to touch upon what is the future of environmental regulations, because that's what finally drives the technology which is related to powertrains and other vehicular controls. And then a little bit about the decade of road safety in India. Coming to about us, this is how we look as an aerial view. We are located on a hill which is very green, and we are really proud to bring the green environment into automotive engineering also. We were established in the year 1966, so last 4 to 5 decades we have contributed greatly to the growth of automotive industry in India. We are about 500 plus highly technically qualified experts who work in various laboratories. We have total 11 labs which cover the entire spectrum of automotive development. We also have a postgraduate academy which yesterday we heard about the need of the industry to have highly skilled and qualified people. And that's how we contribute to automotive industry. We run special programs for post-graduation and also training in specialized areas. We also have opened recently a forging industry division. We have representative offices in other countries like China, Korea, and in India also. We have an office at Chennai. Our accreditations, we have, in fact, ARAI was one of the first R&D institutes to have received ISO 9001 way back about 2 decades ago. Coming to what roles do we play? Multiple roles here. We help the government. We are, in fact, government-approved test agency which carries out mandatory type approval testing for all the vehicles. ARAI also provides research and other services which are done as a sponsored R&D effort for industry as well as for Government of India. We are engaged in preparation of standards, and for which we do harmonization with the rest of the world. We help in deliberating policy matters which affect R&D and undertake forward-looking projects. We are also a national institute which disseminates information about automotive technologies. And this is how the services of ARAI. On the left side, you will see what is our R&D strength. In the red text is our testing and certification strength, and other services include services such as giving assistance to government in formulation of regulations. Now, if you see an automotive, it is primarily 4 aspects of automotives on which the development takes place. One is automotive electronics, which is a dear subject to me and also to this conference. Then NVH and CAE techniques on vehicles. We have on powertrain and also vehicle dynamics. This put together is where the research, development, and technology is developing. Now let us see a little bit about how the automotive industry in India has developed. This graph will indicate to you certain facts and figures. The first fact is we are the world's largest tractor manufacturing company and three-wheeler manufacturing company. We are the second largest two-wheeler manufacturing company, fifth largest commercial vehicle manufacturer, fifth largest vehicle manufacturing, and seventh largest car manufacturer. So you will see in the graph, the peak is appearing for the two and three-wheeler, where the electronic content and the penetration of technology has not been that much. The major penetration is in the area of passenger cars and to little bit in the commercial vehicle segments. And we heard in the earlier session, there was a discussion about agriculture tractor industry, where there is going to be a requirement for electronic penetration. So that's also one of the focus areas, because India being the largest manufacturer of agriculture tractors. Now, certain facts, and there is always a debate whether standardization is a stumbling block for innovations. I would like to put it in a right perspective. What standards do is they shape the technology and are a prerequisite for growth in the international trade. And we have witnessed that, and I would like to highlight it a little later in the part of the presentation. Also, the second fact is innovation brings new product. However, standardization makes it compatible with a minimum cost. There is something which is static about a standard. Now, however, standards have a strong positive influence on the growth and commercialization of the innovations. Now, if you look at how the level of standardization takes place, when an innovation is done, usually at the industry level, there is a standardization which takes place, which the innovation is brought into a product. At the national level, the regulations are formulated, and in the international trade, there is a need for harmonizing those standards. So at three levels, standards are being formed. Here I have given an example of, to address the subject, whether standards lead the innovation or whether they are the lagging indicators. Now, one example is related to emission regulations or standards in the country. Usually all our standards, especially in the automotive field, are technology neutral. So when Bharat stage norms are notified, it is not stated what technology is expected to deliver the product. So in such cases, the innovations and penetration of electronics started off with Bharat Stage 2, where initially people worked on conventional engines, improving their performance, improving the powertrains, etc. With the introduction of Bharat Stage 3, there was a need for working on after-treatment devices, and the penetration of electronics started coming in, where catalytic converters, lambda sensors were added, and several powertrain-related improvements took place. With the BS4 introduction, obviously it became almost mandatory for all the automotive vehicles to have electronic controls.